Have a wonderful day, students. For me, it is a big pleasure to be with you here, showing the last video of the course Northstar 5 for the second unit of the school. As you can see here, the review includes the introvert and extrovert people, Feng shui usage, and platform exercises. As well, we are going to talk about the grammar points that we have seen before. Let's talk about introvert and extrovert people. Let's start with introverts. Tend to recharge by spending time alone. They lose energy from being around people for long periods of time, particularly large crowds. Extroverts, on the other hand, gain energy from other people. They like to be a lot, enjoying and having fun with friends and people around. Now, as part of the grammar parts that come in this unit number 3, we have identifying and non-identifying relative clauses. And we have a small summary here that it says identifying is when a clause describes a person or thing about something we ignore from. This means that with this resource, we provide exact details about a person or thing, intending to let the other people figure out images or pictures of the subject we talk about in the sentence. On the other hand, we have non-identifying. It says here that when the clause brings more information in addition about the subject of the sentence, and sometimes it is possible to omit and separate it by commas. What is this supposed to mean? When we know the person already, what we do here is just we provide more information using extra phrases, extra words, and sometimes they are possible to be omitted. This one also it is possible to omit the information by separating them by commas if you write this down in a piece of paper. If you're using these sentences, so what you can do here also is not to include information. That's why it is called non-identifying relative clauses. As well, we have a small summary of what a relative clause is. And it says the ones that identify or provide more information about a person or thing. We also have relative pronouns as well. We have who for people, which for things, whose is for belonging, whom is for the receiver, when is for the time, where is for the place, etc. So we use this as relative pronouns in the sentence in order to provide more information about a thing or a person. Okay, let's continue, students. I have this exercise, what it says right here, that we have to identify some sentences. With the information I have given you, I want you to please determine if the sentence is classified as identifying or non-identifying by analyzing them. For example, the first one says, I have got a book which is really interesting to read. Please determine in your own. I'll give you some seconds. All right, let's talk about it. So I believe and I consider the first one as identifying, since the information is so important or important to know. Let's go with number 2. It says, I met a girl who sells flowers. So take some seconds and analyze it and let me know, please. All right. What I consider this sentence as a non-identifying, since we can say I met a girl. The extra information we have who sells flowers, it is not really necessary to be included. So I consider this as non-identifying sentence. We have the case of number 3. It says Maya, who sells flowers on the street, is a pretty girl. Also, I consider this as, think about some seconds and then let me know. All right? Okay? So I say that this one can be as non-identifying. What is the phrase that we can omit? Is who sells flowers on the street. We can say Maya is a pretty girl. Now, let's go with number 4. It says, this is Jane who works with my sister. So I believe that it's important here to analyze the sentence carefully. So let's take the seconds. Okay. So let's say, I consider this as identifying, since we include the extra information about this person, that is Jane. We say that works with my sister. Maybe this information is not really known by a person who is listening to me. Okay, in this diapositive, students, I am now going to give you the 5 vocabularies that we have seen in this unit of the book. But I want you to please to remind you that we have 4 vocabularies in which you are supposed to study again. Okay, we are going to continue with unit number 4 of the book. As a main topic, it was the Feng Shui. Okay, what do we have next here? We have unit number 4. The main topic is Feng Shui. How could it help in your life? Some people practice this from the very ancient times, especially Chinese people. They brought it here to America, and some people here already practice this. I have a small definition of it, since we have seen it before, but it says that Feng Shui is a Chinese art which is based on the belief that the way you arrange things within a building and within the rooms of the building, it can affect aspects of your life, such as how happy and successful you are. This is only a small definition of it. Then we are going to continue in the next diapositive about the grammar stuff. We have the grammar speech parts, which the main topic of grammar was discourse connectors, and they are divided in 3, from contrast, from addition, and from result. We have the following conjunctions. They are so useful to unite sentences in contrast. We have yet, but, however, in the other hand. Just to mention, and the other part is in addition. These conjunctions are well known since they add more information and they make 2 sentences in one. We have the conjunctions are plus, in addition, on top of that, besides, etc. In a previous video, I show you a lot of the conjunctions that we use to make this happen. Then we have the last one is for result. The most common conjunctions are so, as a result of, and later we're going to see some examples of this. Okay, students, let's check the extra examples of discourse connectors. In the first part of this presentation, this diapositive, I have the contrast one, and it says, I like the ways she dresses, but I do not like the ways she explains the topic. The ways, because she has many ways to say the things, but maybe she gets confused, and maybe the only one part that this person likes is the way she dresses. So in here we are expressing or inspiring the contrast, one thing from the other. We have in addition. The example says, I understood math class today. In addition, I solved the exercises before everyone else. So this person is saying that he understands the math class, and what is more is that he was so able to answer all the exercises before other people. So it provides much more information here. And the result, since something has a cause, it continues with a consequence, or it continues with a result, as it says here. Example says, my children got out without my permission last night. As a result of, they are grounded today. As you can see, guys, we are given some examples of these 3 important connectors in sentences. As in the 3rd unit, we have unit number 4, Feng Shui vocabularies. As well, you have to study these vocabularies, guys. We have 1 and 2. There are not many as the first one, but it includes the expressions, idioms, and action vocabulary. It is important since these words or phrases, they come in the exam. So please take advantage of the studying. And this time, you are not going to have any longer explanations in your format, guys. All you have to do is this. Please find a to-do list assigned exercises about Unit 3 and 4 from Northstar 5. So go there, please. In assignments, find the to-do list and do all the exercises. I promise not to give you a lot, guys. So that's it. This is something very similar what you're going to find in your format of the homework. Thank you very much for your attention. Have an amazing day. But please, as I always say, please, if you have any questions about this task, write to me and I answer immediately. I have done this with some students of you. You write to me and I try to provide the answer as fast as I can. If there is a problem about assignments or something, please feel so free to write and I try to solve wherever the problem is. Have a wonderful day and thank you so much for your attention.